A released WWE star rubbed people the wrong way. We've got more on Ring of Honor releasing all of their talent, and WWE are pushing hard to re-sign an NXT wrestler. Find out who in a bit. So just in case you missed it, lots of releases obviously taking place within WWE this week. Lots of main roster talent going. One of those was a man named Top Dollar, aka AJ Francis, of the Hit Row stable, who had been on SmackDown for a cup of coffee. They had no chance to do anything. They were basically given the sanity treatment where they were shown on TV a few times. At the
same time, they were kind of like it felt like they were pipped for big things. They were fast tracked through, and it seemed that everybody was really behind them.
Yeah, but they're gone now. It sucks, doesn't it? Because I think they would have been great.
Yeah.
Anyway, Top Dollar we're talking about here, one of the members of that stable, who there was a bit of controversy regarding a diss track that he released about Jinder Mahal, which was apparently cleared with Jinder. It was all fine, but lots of people seemingly took offense to it. I mean, those things are meant to be a bit controversial, aren't they?
Yeah, they're supposed to kind of stoke animosity, whether the animosity is real or fake, right?
I don't believe that is what led to his release or anything like that, because the whole stable's gone now. But we've got some notes here from the Wrestling Observer saying that Top Dollar did indeed rub people the wrong way in WWE. And Dave writes, while he came across well on television, he rubbed a ton of people the wrong way in NXT and was getting the same reputation on the main roster. He was the one that Vince McMahon saw as the star of the group because of his size, and once they decided to get rid of him, the other two were likely caught in the crossfire. Sucks for Swerve, man.
Yeah,
so good.
It's I don't get it. Like, what? He's gonna go elsewhere and become a megastar. Like, he's a megastar waiting to happen.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. But we've got actually a reply from Top Dollar, or AJ Francis, because he's not going to be going as Top Dollar anymore, who quote retweeted this story when it went on our website yesterday. So he quote retweeted saying, here's what rubs people the wrong way. Standing up for your own. When Brie was released and I called the office myself to tell them that they made a mistake. So obviously that's not gone down very well. And he continues, standing up for yourself. People in the PC told me Hit Row wouldn't work for a year and a half and I never took their advice. And you know what? One thing that comes across in this is like he's really, really passionate about what he's doing. I quite like the bloke, to be honest.
And you can't really fault him for being passionate about it because people were starting to get on board with it. And yeah,
I thought so as well. I think they were really entertaining. I think it was working well. It's just going to be another one of those what ifs. A lot of those in WWE. So lots and lots of free agents in the wrestling world right now, possibly more big name free agents than ever before. However, an interesting note again from the Observer saying that many of these free agents are asking for more money than indie wrestling promotions can afford. This is why we need WCPW back. Dave writes, most of the names that are on 90-day no-competes, combining the 80 WWE cuts, the majority of whom haven't been signed, and the Ring of Honor roster, there's a ton of talent for the indies, at a time where the independents are struggling due to the COVID fallout. Also, a lot of the talent hasn't worked for independents nor studied the wrestling business, as we're told many are asking for more than the independent companies can afford on small margins and budgets. It makes sense. I mean, a lot of those bigger names are probably asking four figures.
Yeah, it's not surprising that even sort of mid-range names you see about four figures. I mean, some of the higher, like I guess higher tier, I don't really want to use that, but higher tier names, they can charge up to 5 figures depending on who they are, where they're going, and their legacy so far in their career. So not every indie's going to be able to do this, which means that either there is going to be a surplus of wrestlers that need to lower their prices, which is that sucks, or there's going to be a load of wrestlers kind of working just sporadic indie dates for kind of the bigger indie promotions. But I think we'll see a general mix of that. I think we're going to see a lot of wrestlers just do more dates. I think we're going to kind of almost, if this market stays the way it is, it's the wrestling promotions popping up everywhere now. It's like the territories are just coming up on every corner.
Mm-hmm. I think The likes of Braun Strowman, as you say, like he's a guy who could ask for a significant amount of money. But yeah, with wrestling promotions, indies having to run quite often now smaller venues due to various COVID-related factors. I can understand why they couldn't pay some of these asking prices, because they simply won't make the money back on the gate because they can't squeeze so many people in anymore. Back to WWE now. They are pushing hard to re-sign a certain NXT star. His name is Johnny Gargano. Observer again. Johnny Gargano has not signed a new contract, but WWE is pushing very hard for him to do so, and evidently made a very strong offer for him to stay here for a long time. Get out of there, Johnny. he's one of the people that I think of NXT or potential NXT call-ups and like how they would fare on the main roster. Yeah. And Johnny Gargano is a guy that I just see and go like, oh man, and Vince is gonna get that.
He'll get the Gable treatment, and that's the it's just. You can see why so many names don't really want to move beyond NXT, and I kind of am with you. I think Johnny, if he stays, I'm fairly sure they're going to promise him the moon, and they will have to deliver it. But if he stays, I can see him becoming more of a company man. You know, when they kind of really push forward all that stuff. But at the same time, I can just see him leaving and joining all of his friends on the indies, /AEW, /Impact, /anywhere else in the world of wrestling where he can go and continue to be Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah, right. I want to see him do what makes him happy and everything. But if he gets called up, I'm not saying he's just going to get released after 3 weeks or something like that. But I just don't see.
They make him Johnny Drosy, and he's just walking out with a plunger.
Anyway, speaking of releases, as we did a little bit earlier, we got just a little bit more on why Ring of Honor had to release all of their talent, or decided to do so anyway. Observer, once again, while nobody has outright said so, the debt-ridden RSNs, what does that mean, Sam?
Regional Sports Networks, your local sport channel.
That Sinclair purchased from Fox may have played a part in the Ring of Honor situation, where they are shutting down after Final Battle and returning as an independent with no wrestlers under contract. When such a big thing happens in a big company, you look at making cuts. So it's to do with that regional sports network.
Yeah, and Sinclair are kind of, they get, people know they own Ring of Honor, they know they're in broadcasting, but it's like Sinclair are in broadcasting. They're in the business of buying up channels and, you know, stocking them full of stuff. So they have a lot more going on than just Ring of Honor. So, you know, when they are getting into difficulties and purchasing assets from other companies, there are going to have to be cutbacks, as Dave said. So fingers crossed Ring of Honor can return as you know, an independent with a wider range of talent coming through. And maybe we can use these RSNs to really push it, because if it's available, let's do that, right?
Right. I'm optimistic about it.
Yeah.
I really want to see it succeed. Next up, for fans here in the UK, ITV, you might have heard that they were working on a documentary about Eddie Guerrero, which is bloody exciting.
It's exciting.
It's a weird one. It's a weird
ITV?
Yeah, I know. It's an odd one. But also, they've started work on a special on Andre the Giant, and they've been doing interviews very recently. And so this is coming, and you know what? If there are 2 of these, that means UK, there are probably 6 of these. They'll probably do a 6-part series or something. We don't know if this is going to be like a digital exclusive thing on the ITV player. Don't know anything about it. Nothing's been announced, but it's really cool.
Yeah, I hope awesome. It gets a TV premiere, because it'll be interesting to see how they do and the numbers they do, and
it would be.
If more general viewers watch it, you know, it dictates that maybe the taste is swaying back to wrestling, and ITV are obviously in with AEW, and it's hopefully, you know, they can use this to just push a little bit more momentum back into the wrestling sphere over here.
Yeah, it'll be cool. Yeah, since the AEW stuff. Maybe they've seen the numbers grow, or they've seen a good indication that people are into this stuff, which is awesome. Really excited about that. I want to find out what the other episodes are going to be.
Yeah, I mean, they've certainly got the resources to make this as amazing as possible. So I you know, got to trust in ITV a little bit on this.
Thumbs up from me. We are finishing with a big thumbs up. In fact, can I get a thumbs up, Sam? Come on, yes. because Triple H has re-emerged for the first time, at least on video or photo, since having that heart surgery a little while ago. He's visiting Titan Towers 2.0. And some videos emerged on TikTok from Danielle Desma 41, and they show WWE execs, including Vince, Nick Khan, Stephanie, and Triple H visiting the all-new HQ in downtown Stamford, Connecticut. And yeah, this is the first time we've seen him since his cardiac event, that swift heart surgery that had to be performed, and he's looking well, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's just all suited up and he's got his clipboard. He's walking around in his little WWE hard hat, and yeah, he seems like he's doing well, and that's the important thing. Because that was terrifying when the news broke of that.
Yeah, it was. It was so out of nowhere. So yeah, we send all of our love to the game, and we send all of our love to you as we finish this news video. We've got Survivor Series coming up, obviously, on Sunday night. So I've got live reactions on the night. Jack and Owen covering what happened at. You got Ross on WTF, and a brand new show over on Twitch, 1 p.m. We've been setting it up all week. We've been setting it up for about 4 months now, in fact, but we've been setting up all week. It's a live review show. It's going to include grades. You got prizes. I'm not even dicking about it. You got prizes. You got a quiz in there. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be released as a podcast if you can't watch it live. But please do join us live on Twitch. Twitch.tv. Andrew and Tom. Go on.
If it helps sway your decision at all, there might also be swearing.
There are, yeah. We can say
F and C and S.
All the big ones.
Yeah, all of the words.
All the big ones. Maybe not all of them. probably won't be any C's.
No, probably just a couple of the big three.
You know what Tom's like. Anyway, yeah, tune in. It's 1 p.m. GMT on Monday. We're very, very excited about it. So do tune in and take care of yourselves this weekend. See you in a bit. Goodbye.